The dinner crowd at the Grand Royale Hotel was buzzing with quiet. Elegant crystal glasses clinking, soft jazz playing, and expensive perfume in the air. At a corner table sat a white billionaire CEO named Richard, surrounded by his business partners from Dubai. They spoke mostly in Arabic, laughing over their meals as they discussed a new deal worth billions. Then a black waitress named Maya approached with a warm smile. Her uniform was neat, and her posture carried quiet confidence. "Good evening, gentlemen. May I take your order?" she asked kindly. Richard barely looked up. His gaze moved over her face, then he smirked at his guests. In Arabic, he said under his breath, "She probably doesn't even understand what we're saying. Let's hope she doesn't spill the water like last time." His Arab partners chuckled quietly. To them, it seemed like harmless banter, but to Maya, it stung. Though she didn't react, there was a flicker of pain in her eyes. She had heard that tone before, the kind that came from people who assumed she wasn't smart enough or cultured enough. As Maya carefully poured their drinks, she heard Richard continue in Arabic, laughing. People like her should be cleaning floors, not serving billionaires. The words hit her like a knife, but instead of reacting, she kept her head high and finished serving the table. When she turned to leave, one of the Arab guests, noticing her expression, whispered, "Maybe she understood you." Richard laughed. "Impossible. She's American. Why would she speak Arabic?" Maya stopped mid-step. She took a deep breath, turned around slowly, and said, in fluent, graceful Arabic, "Would you like me to bring sparkling water or still water?" "Sir?" The entire table went silent. Richard froze, his face pale. His guests looked at each other in disbelief. Maya continued, this time switching between Arabic and English with perfect ease. "And just for your information, I studied Arabic for 6 years. My mother was a linguist, and I've always loved the language. It's beautiful, even when used unkindly." The atmosphere changed completely. The men who were laughing moments ago now looked deeply embarrassed. Richard's arrogant smirk faded. His mind raced. He had just mocked someone who not only understood every word but handled the insult with dignity. One of the Arab partners, clearly impressed, said softly, "She speaks better Arabic than we do." Richard tried to recover. I didn't mean any offense," he stammered. "It was just a joke." Maya smiled politely. "Of course, sir. Everyone makes mistakes. I just hope we remember that. Respect doesn't depend on what language we speak or what we look like." Her calm voice carried more power than anger ever could. When she walked away, the entire table stayed silent. Even the air seemed heavier with shame. One of Richard's guests leaned toward him and said quietly, "You shouldn't have said that. That woman has more class than any of us tonight." Richard didn't reply. For the first time in years, he felt small. After dinner, as Maya was clearing another table, Richard approached her alone. His usual confidence was gone. "Maya," he said softly, "I owe you an apology. What I said was wrong. I was arrogant." She looked at him, surprised but calm. "Thank you, sir. Apologies mean something when they're sincere." Richard nodded. "They are. You taught me a lesson tonight. I thought I was above you because of my position, but I was the one who acted beneath it." Maya gave a gentle smile. "People often underestimate what they don't understand. But kindness and respect, those don't need translation." He smiled faintly. "You're right. I'd like to offer you something, not as pity, but because I'm genuinely impressed." He handed her a card. "My company sponsors a language scholarship program. I'd be honored if you applied. I'll personally approve it." Maya's eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, sir. I appreciate that." Weeks later, a corporate newsletter featured a story titled, "CEO Launches Global Respect Initiative After Restaurant Encounter." In the article, Richard spoke about how one waitress changed his outlook on leadership, diversity, and humility. "True intelligence isn't measured by wealth," he wrote, "but by how you treat others, especially those serving you." At the restaurant, Maya continued her job, not for the recognition, but because she loved it. Guests often complimented her language skills, unaware of the powerful story behind them. Sometimes, when foreign guests spoke in Arabic, she'd smile knowingly and reply in perfect Arabic. It wasn't about showing off. It was about showing that grace can answer arrogance and win. The story ends with Richard visiting the restaurant again, this time bringing his new cultural diversity team. He spotted Maya and greeted her, this time in Arabic. "Peace be upon you," he said respectfully. She smiled warmly and replied, "And peace be upon you." The camera slowly pans out as the restaurant hums softly in the background. A voiceover closes the story. Respect speaks every language. Arrogance only hears its own. Moral of the story: hate divides, but kindness heals. We are all equal, no matter our language, color, or title.